Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your first time here. We're back with another Reign of Terror Classic Who episode. Right, don't forget you can watch the uncut of these over on Patreon if you want, but without further ado, let's watch the next episode, A Bargain of Necessity, which is another animated episode, but then after that, we've got the normal episode.
Well, you must be Ian. That's right.
Yes, and you're the traitor.
Said you might be able to help. Soldiers.
Yep.
You walked right into my trap, didn't you?
I can't believe it was a trap. They've all now been trapped and caught again. It's a very different storyline, by the way, to the other ones.
Well, no one will come here. You can take my word for that. If I don't go back, Jules is going to get suspicious. By the time that happens, my friend, we shall have left. Afterwards, we'll take care of him.
Come on, run. Ian, run.
Never know who your friends are.
You're not surrounded behind you.
My association with Jules was bound to come to an end.
No.
A traitor, if you want to use those words, was working in the organization. We're ready now to close in on him, too. So what do you want with me?
So that's what they were after. They said that a traitor was working in the organisation.
You will cooperate, Ian.
Just because he's English?
We have plenty of time.
Oh, that's a great shot. I know it's animated, but I thought they were going
He's
to
giving you time to
shoot
consider.
him.
I don't need time.
Time to consider.
We'll decide that when you talk. Talk.
No, I won't.
We were never going to see you again.
You should know by now.
I won't talk, thank
Get rid
you.
of the old doctor as easily as that.
Can never get rid of the doctor. But they are going to give themselves away because he can hear everything.
What happened? Where's Susan?
Hence he's smiling.
Yeah, we were arrested together.
She's here.
Yes.
Yes, she's fine. She had a slight fever, but she's recovered now.
Okay, so she's better now.
We were all in hiding at a house owned by a Jules Renan.
No, because the guy's going to have heard that.
I've just had a message from the first deputy citizen. Robespierre said he wants to see you immediately.
Did he say he wants to see the other man as well? The doctor?
Has the young girl been locked away?
Just as you ordered.
Understand, under no circumstances is the door to be opened.
Okay.
And if that order is disobeyed, I'll have you guillotined.
Right, okay. Is it because at the moment the doctor is technically free,
That's it.
so
That's
that
it.
he could ask for her to be released?
Oh, don't blame yourself, Barbara.
Or knock the guy out, take the keys, go and unlock her.
Do you think we stand a chance of getting out of here?
My voice seems to carry some weight.
Oh, not for long.
I'm not surprised in that get-up.
Oh, yes, it's rather impressive, isn't it?
Lovely. It looks great in the actual episode, not the animated.
Then I want you to go through the door and straight out of the prison.
Are you serious?
And I've no time to explain, just do as you're asked.
But you're not going to be able to.
You know my plans always work perfectly.
Not always.
Tell me.
There's the girl. Release her.
I've just been interrogating that young woman. I'm convinced she's a member of that dangerous traitors' party.
No, what?
She could tell us the names of every traitor in this country.
I've got to say, the animation for his mouth makes him look like he's got a huge bottom chin.
No, I think if there's only some way of using her.
Like taking her away.
If only we could get through her to her friends.
Well, if she were to escape, she could be followed.
Yeah.
She'd meet these traitors, then we'd arrest them.
That's a very good idea.
My dear, what an excellent idea. Why didn't I think of that?
Job, my old fellow.
Open those prison doors, keep out of sight.
Oh, but
No, Bats, no. We can grab her.
But now you're going to get the guy into trouble. So I know she's allowed to go out. But what about Barbara?
Ian!
So he didn't know. Oh, I thought he did. I thought they were in on it all, but they're not.
Getting impatient, are we? That's a good sign.
Just everyone else is dodgy. Then again, if I saw someone that escaped, I probably would do the same thing.
I'm afraid my men are very bad-tempered. Ian, I don't want anything to happen to you, really. But I think you have the information that will help the cause I believe in. Oh, we learnt of the existence of James Sterling 2 months ago.
And now he comes along with a name.
I've been loyal to the revolution from the beginning.
The French Revolution.
You've known what France was like 6 years ago before the Bastille. I can't help you. Oh, you won't. France will never be anything until we're rid of these high-born leeches who've been sucking the lifeblood of France for so long.
He's like, I know what the history is. I can tell you how to best conquer everybody.
I have the power to set you free. Jules must have told you all I know. Webster gave you a message to give to Sterling.
Yeah, which he did.
Recognize Sterling, that's why I'm here. Oh, that I accept. But you must have known of their organization. You were in it with Webster.
No one knew, other than them. I'd say the only person's animation that looks a bit weird is Ian's. Sometimes it's fine, but
What's the use? I really don't understand what you hope to gain. Save yourself from the guillotine. You wouldn't believe my story.
I don't think I'd trust him.
How did you get to France?
By TARDIS. By a time-travelling machine.
The truth, all right. You swear it? Yes, I swear it. I flew here with 3 friends in a small box. It was 1963.
Oh, I thought it was 1964. Because this came out in... Didn't this come out in 64? I suppose it's still in the same timeline of it. No. Well, it's good that he's saving him. Need a key or something to dislodge it. Or for the bullet to hit you. Sorry.
Who's the enemy of the people?
Yes. Let's hope that he did kill the right one.
I was going mad when I saw you here. Why did you come?
Because he saw that you were missing.
We must get to them.
I think it's best to go back to my hideout.
What?
No, go and get them.
In any way, we'll just have to risk it. Come on.
One thing I do love about these animations, though, is the depth of field, the parallax. Is that what it's called? I think it is.
What is
But
it?
one thing's moving in front of the other.
What do you want?
Susan, it's me, child.
It's the doctor.
Grandfather, you found us! Oh, Barbara's here somewhere.
Keep forgetting that she's not seen him yet.
And I... See you later.
Be careful.
He'll be that guy. What are you doing? Unlock the girl.
Didn't you collect the soldiers and follow the released prisoner?
Me? Certainly not.
But what am I?
But I was under the impression, my dear man,
You were doing it. Yeah.
be dressed in the proper clothes to go skulking after people.
I can't leave the prison.
Well, why didn't you say that in the first place? No, and what do you think the mage will say? Bound to want to know whose idea it was.
Yes, and he'll have you at the guillotine. Sorry, guillotine.
I have a feeling that this young girl is tied up in this somehow.
Yes, that might help if we let her go as well. I can't.
All I need from you is the key to that child's cell.
Lemaitre was very clear with his instructions. I lose my head.
Why can't you use your own initiative, my man?
I'm just a humble servant.
I demand you open that cell door.
To lose 2 would be the end of me, especially after my orders.
Just knock him out, take the keys. I'd feel bad for the guy, but it gets him away. He'll only be knocked out.
There is a meeting of the convention tomorrow. Traitors are planning to bring an indictment against another member.
You have their names?
Well, it won't be Ian and Susan with that, so it'll be the people they're with, though. The revolution, isn't it? I think.
They're out to destroy me.
All is not lost. Still have many friends sitting in the convention.
But can I trust them? If this motion gets underway, they will turn against me to save their own necks. If this plot is successful, tomorrow, the 27th of July, 1794, will be a date for history.
For everyone to remember.
Citizen, he will be immediately executed.
It's clever the way they've integrated history into these episodes.
Deputy Paul Barras is at the forefront of the rebels.
Because I presume some of this information is true to life.
Understand that Barras is leaving for Paris tonight. I assume it must be for a meeting. I want to know who will and the decision.
What if he's just a decoy?
Tonight, my men will be everywhere. Barras, it's your responsibility.
Against which member is the indictment being brought, citizen?
Against me, Robespierre!
And he's like, let it be. I don't like you anyway. It's with all these close-ups of the guy's face.
Ian was right. We're safe here for the moment, but I shall have to give up this house very soon.
Yay! Barbara's back. Well.
When we got to the prison, the doctor was there.
What?
Yes, he's dressed up as if he's running the revolution. Half the people there take orders from him.
That sounds like the doctor, all right.
The doctor? You mean Susan's grandfather?
Yes.
Yes.
I just walked out.
Walked out?
Yep, just walked out. Just allowed to.
I don't know how he gets away with it half the time. What did he say?
Well, not very much. We didn't have a chance.
He just said that they're going to come and capture you back.
What have you done?
Nothing much. I fell into the wrong hands and Jules arrived in time.
Yeah, he was strung up.
He's dead, Barbara. I killed him.
Oh God, yeah. He was the one that she liked. I forgot about that.
He was the traitor we were looking for.
It was the only way, Barbara.
He deserved to die. He was a traitor.
He was going to kill me.
He betrayed us, Barbara.
I mean, in some ways, I understand everyone else's point of view because these guys have done something wrong because they've escaped prison. But at the same time, they haven't done anything wrong in the big scheme of things.
Because an extremist like Robespierre...
Oh, Barbara, Jules is our friend. He saved
I
our
know
lives.
all that. The revolution isn't all bad. Neither are the people who support it.
Exactly.
Changed things for the whole world. Good, honest people gave their lives for that change.
Well, he got what he deserved.
You check your history books, dear.
I knew she was going to bring up the whole history thing, yeah.
Before you decide what people deserve. Grandfather!
Was one of them the history teacher? I wasn't sure if it was Ian or Barbara that knew much about history. Because Ian was a science teacher, wasn't he?
Don't make a sound. Stay there.
Be careful!
Yes, no back.
Someone coming again. Oh, it's him again, doing his rounds. Ah, the drink. He'll soon get knocked out if he,
I don't know what Lemaitre will say.
Oh, he's not back yet, eh? Sheila! She's gone.
She's gone!
She's gone! She's gone!
Was he going to put poison in it? I was like, oh no, crack him over the head with it. Poor guy. But for good reason, though. No! Are they going to be able to run in time?
He tricked me, citizen.
Lock her away.
No, not again.
Spare your breath, please. I'm quite capable of explaining the situation.
You see, the girl is in my crew.
I must insist that you release that young child immediately.
I'm afraid you're not in a position to insist on anything at the moment.
Because I know who you are. Or I know you're not who you say you are.
Do you realize who you're talking to?
Not yet, but I intend to find out. Do you recognize this?
The ring, yep.
And these? They're yours, aren't they? Given in exchange for those clothes and the insignia of a regional provincial deputy.
You know, that's
Please.
the biggest fairy story I've ever heard in my life.
I was going to say, please don't say they're yours, Doctor.
With the political situation as it is, and my position being what it is, I need friends. Even if they're enemies, people I can call on for help. If I have something on them, so much the better.
It's become quite obvious to me why you didn't wish me to leave the prison.
I knew I'd never see you again if you did.
But you relaxed the regulations today.
Right, so he doesn't mind that he's not who he says he is.
And left your granddaughter.
Hence why he didn't lock him up.
I knew I had you so long as she remained here under lock and key.
So you knew all the time.
Let's just say I added to my knowledge. Listening at doors can still be effective.
Yep. I knew it.
We understand each other. If you agree to help me, your granddaughter will be released.
Okay, just help him, Doctor.
Please listen.
Good. Now, Jules Renan.
I have never met the man. If you think that I am going to betray him...
But you said you didn't know him. You can't betray someone you don't know.
Granddaughter released. You will have to take me to his hideout.
Never, sir. I refuse.
You do not have a choice.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's like a constant yo-yo back and forth.
The doctor would have to wait for the right moment.
Yes, but how long can we wait? Sorry about Leon, but it really was the only way, believe me.
I know.
I don't know if it was the only way. Could have knocked him out.
I'm so sick and tired of death, Ian. I never seem able to get away from it.
Yeah, there's always death wherever they go.
There's no sign of your friends.
Well, we must wait a little longer.
I left the door unlatched.
So now anyone can walk in.
Try and be patient, Ian.
Exactly. Like the guards again.
When I spoke to you before, the things I said...
You said because of Leon the man, but I did what I had to do because of what he represents. Do you ever wonder why I'm doing these things?
We took it for granted you belong to the other side.
No, it's for I would have said for the loyalty of his country.
No, I have no title or position.
Well, no, not for the loyalty of his country, sorry, because he's against it, isn't he?
I hate to see order thrown out of the window like so much dust.
For the good of man, maybe.
Be no loyalty or honour where anarchy
Oh, there we
prevails.
go. It was to do with loyalty.
There are only two sides today, Barbara. Those who rule by fear and treachery, and those who fight for reason and justice.
Yeah.
Anyone who betrays these principles is worse than the devil in hell.
Here they are.
Who's that? I think they're gonna be... Oh no, it's the Doctor, but he's also brought him to him.
Lemaitre.
Yeah.
Your friend has betrayed us.
Yeah, fantastic. Interesting episode. I wouldn't say it's my favourite of the storyline so far. And I liked the last episode. It was good, but it wasn't, again, one of my favourites. Not because either of these are animated. The last one was fairly good, but this one was, I'd say, out of them all, probably my least favourite of them. I felt like they were dragging things on a bit. It didn't feel like it was going anywhere. The great thing is, though, for the next episode, it is now back to normal. This is the end of the missing episodes of this storyline. So we're back to a regular episode. I'm wondering how they're eventually going to resolve them being prisoner, because now they've gone from being imprisoned to escaping to imprisoned again and then escaping and back and forth the whole storyline. That's practically been the entire thing. Is just let's get captured, let's get set free. Let's get captured, set free. The animation for the fight scenes was really well done. And again, I loved I want to say it's called parallax, but it's the, where the foreground and the background are moving slightly differently, or they're, expanding and contracting, and it's the layers are moving. And I think that looks very good in the animated works. And it's a vast improvement over the original. Instead of just being a locked off camera, you're seeing that movement and it's a bit more cinematic. But again, it is an animation, and the animation isn't too perfect. Anyway guys, are we ready to watch the finale of the Reign of Terror storyline? Let's watch The Prisoners of the Concierge. I'm so excited to see reality again, to not see an animated episode. It's also interesting that the animated episode did the ending scene animated as well, not like this, to fit it I suppose. Traitor.
Your friend has betrayed us.
But he hasn't. I don't think he's going to. Oh, so it is Prisoners of Concierge. The animated one said Prisoners of the Concierge.
Brought the soldiers.
No, I came alone and unarmed. Ask your friend.
We came alone, my boy. We made a bargain.
Because, yeah, we're going to make a deal.
Please, I come as a friend.
A friend?
You've just been...
Surely you realize that your escape from prison was arranged.
Yeah, see, this is what I thought. He knocks the guy on the head.
I was certain in my own mind that Webster gave you a message.
I knew he did.
You had to have the opportunity to deliver it.
Oh.
I had to collect.
Collect?
Collect.
I am James Sterling.
Sterling.
Earlier, I thought I had a feeling.
It decided that to be of any use, I would have to hold some position of authority.
Why have you not made yourself known here before?
Oh my god.
I've been in France several years. When I came over, you must have been unknown to me. Although I'm not sure I would have contacted you even if I could. I prefer to work alone.
You made yourself known to me in prison.
I didn't know whether I could trust you. It took the only course possible.
You stayed safe, just in case.
The reason I brought you here was to help Susan.
Let us have Susan back, please. So wait, the other guy was after James Thingy, and he was in the jail cell.
I will help you if you will help me.
Surely he should have spoken to him.
To get safe passage for all of you, to wherever you want to go.
As he turned up slightly late.
No harm will come to Susan, I promise. I gave orders that she was to remain in the cell.
Yes, order her.
Rather than see that cell door opened again.
Well then, let's kill him.
Tell your story, then get on with it.
He's like, hurry up, boy.
First, the message.
Well, Webster said very little. He was badly wounded, as you know.
Let's hope it's okay.
I read reports of all arrests in case something like this happens. Why I came to your cell, I realized that it could have been Webster. I've been expecting to be contacted for months.
Oh, okay.
Plan was that he was to look for and recognize me. He was a good friend.
But could he recognize you?
Ian, the message.
He said you were to return to England immediately.
Yeah.
It seems that whatever information you have is wanted there urgently.
Nothing more.
That was all Webster said.
And then he died.
Well, he mumbled occasionally.
What
Odd
did he-
words.
Oh, he mumbled the name, didn't he, or something?
Was all he asked me to tell you.
What were these mumblings about?
It was a specific word, wasn't it?
He said strange things. I can't really remember now.
He may have realized that he didn't have very much time.
Yes. Afraid I can't remember them.
Oh god, what was...
I'm already
what was it?
planning my return to England.
Or am I thinking of something different? But I remember there being a word.
Give Susan and you safe passage. There is one more piece of information I must have.
Look, you asked for our help.
Robespierre, there is another plot to depose him.
Good. Will it succeed, do you think?
Possibly. He gave orders.
Oh yeah, because when he spoke to Robespierre,
Barras meeting.
he said, is it to denounce you? And it made it seem like he was going, oh, thank God. Barras was the name. Right, okay.
The sinking ship. That was it.
There's an inn called the Sinking Ship on the Calais Road.
Oh, there you go.
Would be ideal for a secret meeting.
Right. Better than following him, we can plan a reception committee.
Have you any idea who Barras is meeting?
But it could be a setup.
Could be the next ruler of France.
I still don't understand why you need our help.
Barras knows me by sight.
Barras.
He could even know of you, Doctor.
He might do like that, yeah. Still think, I love him the way he actually looks with that. The animation doesn't do it well.
Why not use your own men? You would still learn the details.
They may talk, then I have no advantage.
I think we should go.
It's risky.
Let's get Susan out, though, to be with the doctor.
Quite so. And there's Susan to think about.
Yeah.
The Doctor and I will remain here.
And get Susan out.
I'll take them to the inn, Sterling, if you've no objection.
I suggest that the innkeeper
You
is...
can leave it to us, Sterling.
Sorry. You should have little difficulty getting there tonight. Stay the night and return here tomorrow morning. That way you won't run into any patrols. Where exactly is this inn, Jules?
It's a good 2 hours ride.
Oh, God.
We'll take the Calais Road and ride due north.
Yeah, it's fairly close by. It's only 2 hours away. In the darkness of the moonlight. Bit of thunder and lightning, yeah. There's the sinking ship inn. Ah.
Thank you.
And she's going to pose as a barmaid.
Bound and gagged the innkeeper and left him in the wine cellar. He'll be found when we leave.
Ian's nearly finished.
Good.
And so Ian's going to pose as the barman.
Soon you'll find the place closed.
Perhaps that's what he's waiting for.
Surely they would know who they are. This is so strange, seeing the Doctor Who crew just in a pub having a good old time. What was that about? Because he got a hole in the... Yeah, he's got a hole in there so he can see through.
Many aren't there?
Oh, not being funny, he put it in a bit of a weird place to be able to see, didn't he?
Looks all right. Right, now we're ready for them.
Surely he would have he put it over further, like in the middle of the thing, so you could see through properly. I just realised what he's dressed in. It looks so awesome. Like a proper swashbuckling pub owner.
We take your cloak, citizen. Horrible night.
He's called the flower.
Jack, he's sick. He asked me to help him out. You must be the citizen who ordered the room.
He's loving this role.
This way, citizen. Here we are.
Okay, I think this is one of my favourite episodes because of Ian being like that. No.
Can I get you anything, citizen?
Some wine.
How many guests are you expecting?
Just the one.
Oh, I've just realised why they made the gap there, so they can look through from this side, maybe. So they can hear what's going on in the meeting. Not to look through, but to hear.
Good night. Good night.
Bye. Goodbye. Surprising that he wasn't noticed by the other guy.
As soon as his guest comes, you can lock up.
The feel of this episode is actually it's quite cosy and it really works. I think it's just I'm glad to see actual moving images that are real. Who was that? No.
I'm delighted you could get here, General.
Okay, we've not seen him as yet. Oh, there you go, he just saw him.
It's Napoleon. Napoleon Bonaparte.
Oh, it's Napoleon. I said about Napoleon earlier in the first episode. I didn't realise that was meant to be Napoleon. I said, I wonder if they're going to meet him, and they do.
Interested in my proposition?
Interested, obviously, but no more.
Robespierre will be arrested after tomorrow's convention meeting. He'll be tried and executed before his friends have time to reorganize.
Yes, as they thought he might be captured.
You make it sound simple, Barris.
Or arrested.
I think you underestimate Robespierre.
What a role to play in Doctor Who. Napoleon.
Your success or failure means very little to me.
Oh, possibly, but only for the immediate future.
It would be
Success could well mean that
Yeah, it would mean that you're going to be
within the constitutional right.
And then the Constitution would be amended. Oh, I'm well aware of your disgust for politicians.
Exactly what is your proposal?
That you are to be the King of France.
To rule a country successfully, one needs a certain support with you.
Yes. Was Napoleon the King of France? I can't remember. He probably wasn't. I'm sorry if he wasn't.
You would be more than just a figurehead.
Everyone would look up to you.
Yes, I know I would. I'm glad you appreciate it.
He doesn't really appreciate it, so they can hear it and see.
If I refuse?
You're in a strong position, Bonaparte, but hardly indispensable. There are other young men equally ambitious.
I accept. Dependent on Robespierre's downfall. In the event of failure, I shall of course deny this meeting ever took place.
Of course you will, sir. So is this roughly what really happened in real life? They met secretly in a pub.
I should be ready to take over.
I don't know.
Napoleon?
Yes, Napoleon Bonaparte.
Yes, as one of 3 consuls.
Yeah, so the ruler of France, yeah.
If he gets a foothold to power, one day he will rule France.
Our only concern now is Susan.
She's only part of it, Doctor.
Yes, but you still got...
We might find it hard to get in there, let alone get out.
You made a bargain with us.
And Susan being in there helps.
But I had no idea Barras was so strong.
Every time they say Barras, I keep thinking of saying badass.
You'd keep Robespierre as ruler of France?
If I thought it was the only way
We need a strong government, but not a military dictatorship. And it could happen.
It will happen.
Oh, save your breath, my dear.
It will happen.
I'm going after Susan.
Take Barbara with you.
Oh,
If you can get Susan, take her
yes.
and wait for the carriage. Ian and myself will join you.
Thank God they're taking Susan.
If you're not outside the prison when we return, I'll come for you.
You can't help me, but at least you can make sure that he helps us.
I'll see you outside the prison.
Take care, Ian.
No. What's so funny, Barbara?
What you find so amusing?
Oh, I don't know. It's this feverish activity to try and stop something that we know is going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen anyway.
I've told you of our position so often.
Yes, I know. You can't influence or change history.
You just got to make things right for you guys.
I'm afraid so, and we can't stem the tide. But at least we can stop being carried away with the flood.
Yeah, exactly. You can get Barbara, get away from there, whilst you can. Okay. What happens, sir? Oh, he's the guy. Yes, he's the guy that's going to be... Is he Robespierre? He isn't he?
This is wrong.
He's locked the door.
Well, let's break it down.
That took a lot of breaking down, didn't it?
I got one and still with.
They're
Traitors! Don't be fools, they're just using you. They'll never succeed in taking over the government of France.
Oh, but they will.
As I shall be as powerful as ever I was. Do you swear your allegiance to me now? I will promise your safety.
Let it be, sir.
I will promise.
Wait, they shot him. I thought he was meant to go to the guillotine. Or is it both? Do they shoot him to injure him and then get him there? You can hear the rioting outside.
Robespierre's finished. We were too late.
Yes, did you hear the men? They're taking him to the prison.
Yep, to the prison, then to the guillotine. Like they said, they can't interfere. They can only let actions happen as they are supposed to in history. That little pause before they go in. Wait for the action.
Yes, we were lucky to find shelter so near the prison.
We waited around here long enough. Far too conspicuous. Now go get Susan at least try.
Let's hope they can get Susan out. He's not going to be allowed to, is he? Because of these guys. Not be funny, but he could overpower them. Oh, it's you!
You came back.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad you came. I still have a score to settle with you. Really? She was shot trying to run away.
Yes.
Shot. And now we're going to deal with his accomplices. Who are you? Why do you think a high-ranking official like myself came to Paris? I was part of the plan. I came to make sure of Roops.
I knew he was going to try and say that it was doing it all along.
No, you didn't, did you? And that is why you didn't expect me to come
He's like,
back.
I'm smarter than you.
Get away with what? Being LeMaitre's accomplice. Take him!
I knew that. I knew he was going to say is you've had something to do with it, haven't you? I didn't think he was going to say his accomplice though.
You were LeMaitre's accomplice, weren't you? You did help him to carry out his torturous actions. I only carried out the orders I was given, sir. Oh, I was there, remember? I saw you conniving with him all the time. It was you that betrayed me to LeMaitre. Well, after all, citizen, you did hit me on the head.
I mean, yes, he did, but for good reason.
Well, that was a secret, wasn't it?
It was a secret, sir.
Suppose there's some logic in that.
You weren't meant to know, though, so...
I can't decide whether you're a rogue or a half-wit or both.
Bit of both.
I will give you the benefit of the doubt.
Thank you, sir. Oh, he's doing that to leverage getting Susan out.
You may stay here in a temporary capacity. Thank you, citizen.
But there's one thing he must do.
There will be a new bunch of prisoners, Robespierre's friends, so I hope everything will be ready. Shall I release the prisoners, citizen? Certainly.
Thank you very much, sir. That didn't take much convincing to have him get her out again. Thank God. I thought it was going to be really difficult about it again.
Open up! They've got Robespierre!
They've got Robespierre. I've just seen them take him into the prison.
He was shot in the jaw.
Who's going to be able to see us from here?
I shall be heading for Calais. I can get a boat from there.
We can save you some time. We go the same way.
You might as well explain exactly where it is you're making for.
A field with a TARDIS.
Oh, grandfather!
Bless her, she must be so weak. She's just been ill and everything, hasn't she?
We have a carriage waiting.
Carriage! Oh,
Yeah, lovely.
what's happening?
They just heard about the downfall of Robespierre, so it's a sort of celebration, you know.
She's like, got half of her memory. She's just like, who's that? Who's Robespierre? What's going on? I don't know any of this stuff. It's Robespierre.
This indeed,
A pleasure.
You can't answer your back. Tried writing us a letter, but too bad we don't read, eh?
The rebel are far too busy to bother about us. Everybody lived in fear yesterday of that man. Let's go, Susan. Let's go.
So Robespierre was the bad guy and Napoleon was better? Or was Napoleon no better? I honestly don't know. I do need to look up history.
Going to be disturbed for a long time, I think.
Yes, I know. I wonder who will emerge as the next ruler of France.
Remember the name Napoleon Bonaparte.
Well, if you're certain that's where you want to be left.
We'll be safe there.
Yes, but I don't.
Please.
Have they been filmed at different times? They don't look like they're in the same...
Now that I'm going home, I just can't wait to see England again.
They don't look like they're looking at each other, do you know what I mean?
How you feel, only too well.
Why don't you all come with me?
We must travel our way.
Who are you really? Where do you all come from?
A time traveller.
He's got Susan.
Okay, they are. It's just a very odd shot, probably.
Stand back. It's too dangerous. Come on.
It looked like there must have been a petition between them.
I hope they have a pleasant journey.
So do I. But to where, Jules? Funny, I get the impression they don't know where they're heading for.
No, they don't. They're in the wrong time.
Come to that, do any of us?
Yep, none of us know where we're going. In our lives, we just follow the wave of life. Bit of stock footage of a carriage there, I think. And I love their little drawn maps. They did it in Marco Polo as well. Yay! The TARDIS! finally back.
Yeah, I can assure you, my dear Barbara, Napoleon would never have believed you.
Suppose we'd written Napoleon a letter.
Wait, has he still got his old clothes? Like his jacket and that? Or has he not got them again?
Forgotten it or lost it or thought it was written by a maniac. I suppose if we tried to kill him with a gun, the bullet would have missed him.
Well, no, I'm afraid you belittle things. Our lives are important, at least to us. As we see, so we learn.
Like that.
What are we going to see and learn next, Doctor?
Our destiny is in the stars. So let's go and search for it.
Searching the stars. Oh, I love that ending. This is my favourite one. That little speech there at the end, the little, the few words that he said, beautifully written. I think that one was probably my favourite one. I don't know if it's because it was wrapping up the story or if it felt like it was a bit better paced than the rest, because the animated ones definitely were not well paced at all. I don't know what they did. I feel like it's not because of the animation itself, but even the audio didn't feel well paced at times. It was really slow at times, which was like the episodes actually were. There were times when it was really fast paced and it just didn't fit. The good thing was, though, is the first 2 episodes obviously not being animated, even those were slightly slow. I had a feeling about the Napoleon thing because obviously they were talking about the French Revolution, and I don't really know too much about history, but I know that the French Revolution and Napoleon in the history books kind of go hand in hand. So I thought, well, if they're going to mention the French Revolution, it was before they mentioned that, I believe, is when I thought it, because you see the men in the outfits, and I don't remember if the mention of French Revolution was before or after that. But when I saw their outfits, I went, reminds me of what Napoleon wears. And then I said, a little later, I wonder if we'll see Napoleon at some point. Crazy that we actually did. But then again, it's not too crazy, because Doctor Who always explores historical figures and times from history. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you enjoy the animated episodes? Did you enjoy it overall? Would you prefer in future that I see the non-animated and actually watch the telesnaps instead? I actually liked the animation style. I wasn't sure about it at first because I've always been into the idea of doing the telesnap versions because they were taken from, it's the real sample of what was actually filmed. But in regards to something different, then yeah, the animation does actually work. In these ones it works. I don't know how the animation is going forward. I remember seeing a clip, this is the thing that made me go off it. It was for another Doctor, not for William Hartnell, but it was an animated piece for one of those, and it was only like a minute clip, not even that, and it put me off because it felt really odd, because they showed a clip of the normal episodes around the same time, and then they showed a clip of the animated take on this specific scene. It didn't work. It didn't flow as well, which is what put me off it. And also because it's animated, it then takes you out of the classic feel of the show. I hope that makes sense. Please let me know your thoughts on the animations, and do you prefer animations or do you prefer the telesnap versions? I know there's the official telesnap versions, from what I believe, and then there's also the loose cannon ones. And the loose cannon ones are the ones that I tend to prefer watching because I think they work better, because they feel a little bit more well done. But yes, let me know your thoughts. Do you prefer animated or telesnap versions? I'd be interested to know for the show going forwards, to when there's a next missing episode, do we watch the animated or do we watch the telesnap? I know for a lot of them there may not be an animated one and there may only be a telesnap version, or maybe even vice versa. But whichever it is, I like it to be what you guys would love to watch with me, and then we can watch it together. But anyway, that all being said, I can't wait to continue watching these, and I presume with it saying Planet of Giants, with this being the end of season 1, which is fantastic that we finally got to the end of season 1. It's not that I want to rush it through, but it's really lovely to be able to say I have officially watched season 1 of Doctor Who, the first ever season, in full, pilot and all. Watched the animations, we've watched some telesnap versions as well, and we finally watched them all. Now, with us coming to the end of this season, we are going to be watching Planet of Giants very, very soon. In the meantime, we're going to be watching something very special, and I've got another one planned soon when it gets past that part of the story. We are going to be watching very soon, and this is the first time I've mentioned this, we're going to be watching the Peter Cushing film, Doctor Who and the Daleks. That's going to be coming soon to the channel at some point. I am so excited to watch it, and I'm also very excited because very soon, once we've got past that part of the storyline in season 2, we'll be watching Daleks Invasion Earth 2150 AD. I cannot wait to watch that. One of the main reasons I can't wait to watch that is because the incredible Bernard Cribbins is in it, and he's not playing Wilf. But that'll be coming to the channel, not just yet, but once we've watched the original story in the Doctor Who series itself, because if you didn't know, the films replicate storylines from the TV series, and with them not being related, I just wanted to do them on the channel as not technically a part of Doctor Who, but as part of our film watches after we've watched the actual storyline in the Doctor Who series. Now, something I am super excited to announce to you guys, and I don't know when it's going to be going out on the channel yet, but mainly because I don't know when it specifically takes place, is an adventure in space and time from 2013. It's the documentary that was done with David Bradley being William Hartnell, and it's portraying the time of William Hartnell doing Doctor Who. What I do know is that Waris Hussein in this adventure in space and time is played by Sacha Dhawan, who played the Master in the Jodie Whittaker era. The reason I'm not sure when it's going to take place on the channel is because I believe, I'm reading notes on it here, it takes place between 1963 and 1966. So it starts with them making the first episode of Doctor Who, I believe, and then through to when the first Doctor's run ended. But with that, it does mean that it's going to be a little while until we see that, because I'm only on season 1 at the moment, and I believe William Hartnell had 4 and a bit seasons. But I have said this year I would love to work through those episodes a little bit quicker than I did last year, but still taking our time. But at least I'm watching more in a shorter period of time, if that makes sense. But yeah, all of that is to come. I cannot wait to watch Doctor Who and the Daleks when we eventually get to it, An Adventure in Space and Time, and also Dalek Invasion Earth. But yes, hope you guys have really enjoyed this video. I've loved watching these, and I've loved watching season 1. If you did like this video, then consider clicking the like button, and feel free to subscribe to the channel as well for more things like this, because I've got so many more things coming, whether it be in classic films, more Classic Who obviously, and other great shows and films to come. And obviously the Doctor Who films and An Adventure in Space and Time as well. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I hope to see you on our next adventure in time and space in the TARDIS, or on our next adventure in another video in general. Bye bye.
Do not forget to click below to subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're still here to the very end, then thank you so much, and also a huge thank you to my wonderful patrons: Roger C. Griffith, Douglas Collier, Terry V, Miggy Love, Chris Holmes, Jojo, Thomas Masters, Shoehorn1234, Res, Patrick Durr, Andrew Blount, Carlos, Marla Mize, Rob, Chandra Blair, Scott, Paul Zawicki, Randy, Kirsten, Juan Pablo Camero, JL, Maggie, Freya Alexandra, Milo, Miranda, Edna, Gina Aman, Tess Avaland, Olivia, Maria Stoicheva, Neno, Megan Janoviak, Rainy Tomo, Strawberry Tree, Kirsten Bailey, Boobly Boo, Louise Vanderhoven, Aubrey Terry, Wraithist, Heidi Steele, City D, Bumblebee, Joshua, Jesse, Rena Burra, Meet, Lolita Verbakovskia, Eli, Holly Jeffries, Alenka Hafner, HM Garth, Chloe Grover, Neb, Kyle Baker, Abby Barker, Tom Tattershall, Kristen Olds, Tillycham, Laura Hutchison, Tara M. Wilcoxon, Sazzy Nation, Ferdinand Pitchard, Jim McKay, Sphere, Mel Days, Fran in the Pen, BG, Tara, Rags and Muffins, Nameless Human Being, Deb, Philippa Chapman, Emily, Panda, David Wayne Fox, Jessica Asakovich, Supro, Naja in Workshop, Mike Tunnicliffe, Wolfgang Wolf, Lee, Harvey, Ankame, Aninya, Evan G, Violet Aurora, Pamela Chandler Rash, Scott Howard, and Joshua. If you'd like to see more videos, there's some more on the screen right now. Thank you so much for watching guys, and see you next time.